If I look back at the 90s, when we motivated data centers, we said energy is a key resource which we must manage. The total cost of ownership of a data center is driven by energy. So there is an economic connection to energy. It's not just about being sustainable. When I went to give a lecture, I was told, Chandrakant, nobody ever gets fired for wasting energy, but you'll get fired if a server shut down.
Welcome to GenAI Talks.
Again, we are here having phenomenal conversations. I mean, this one is one that I'm so excited about because at the root of everything that's made our society what it is energy.
You got it. My other name is Chandrakant Joules Patel, the unit of force. If you look at my Twitter handle, it's at Joules Patel. A colleague because I didn't want to get on Twitter and I said, I don't want to be tweeting. They said, but call yourself Joules Patel. And my pinned tweet is, my tweets must deliver net positive impact. So the amount of energy that goes into my tweet, which would be creating it, transmitting it, processing it, keeping in the cloud, that goes in the denominator. On the numerator, I must figure out how much energy did I save by doing that tweet. So if I did a tweet that had delivered value and I tried to estimate the value in energy terms, joules, that goes in the numerator. And on the denominator, the energy that it took to tweet. So I said that my tweet must deliver net positive impact.
So I could do an introduction, but that wouldn't be nowhere near as good. I'll just let you share just a minute of who you are, your background, and then let's get into the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn.
Yes. So I went to college here. I came as an immigrant. I used to work in a lumber mill in Southern Oregon. Nearly had died in a hopper. That's for another time.
Next time.
Next time. So I saved enough money, moved to San Francisco, lived in the Skid Row, in a low-income hotel, washed dishes, went to a community college, City College of San Francisco, and then transferred to Berkeley. And then after Berkeley, I got myself situated in Silicon Valley. And I spent 42 years in Silicon Valley. We were the first ones to design the hard drives that became, there were hard drives for mainframes, but we started to make hard drives that would become mainstream. And a 1 gigabyte hard drive sold for $100,000. It was like mass was 100 kilograms, but we saw how to miniaturize it. And so I started in disk drives, then went into chips. Same thing happened in chips, increasing miniaturization, high performance. Then from there, I went into proprietary computer systems. And then in the 90s, I said the building is the computer. And there'll be thousands of industry standard computers, not proprietary, industry standard computers that would fill the building. It would take megawatts of power, lots of joules to run the building. And we must manage energy as a key resource. And that's how I started the data center research at Palo Alto. And we got into data centers. And subsequently from data centers, I started to look at energy management at city scales.
Society would not be what it is today without not just the understanding of energy, but the mastering of it, the way we've had.
Yes.
Can you speak a little bit to where we are today? Are we at the beginning of a new energy revolution? Are we post our biggest hits? Where are we in that mix of really humanity's core pursuit to conquer the world and conquer its own environment?
Right. So I think we lost our way in the last 10 years, in my opinion. If I look back at the 90s, when we motivated data centers, we said energy is a key resource which we must manage. The total cost of ownership of a data center is driven by energy. So there is an economic connection to energy. It's not just about being sustainable. When I went to give a lecture, I was told, Chandrakant, nobody ever gets fired for wasting energy, but you'll get fired if a server shut down. If joules were the currency, and I made this argument with Mr. Greenspan, Alan Greenspan in 2011, design and manufacturing would be local. We will be hiring locals.
Totally.
And now I used to talk about deglobalization in that context. And everybody was talking globalization. It was 2010. And here we are.
Yep.
We spent a lot of time doing, I did this green, I forgot all these offsets and net zero. Now we are back to energy. And now it's because AI is all of a sudden requires gigawatts of power. And now the data center will have to have a power station. So I think the answer for us on energy is really twofold. On the demand side, we must provision energy based on the need. Give you what you want, when you want it, no more, no less.
Yep.
And on the supply side, we must invest in a portfolio of energy sources. And in that context, we should look at microgrids. So oftentimes we look at centralized power plant. Instead, a data center should have a microgrid. So when we designed the last data center, the microgrid consisted of two sources. Actually, three sources. One was utility, that was a backup mostly. Solar, but solar is diurnal, so the output goes up and comes down. The third source we found, which was very steady and firm, was manure from dairy cows. So when it comes to the word, which I mean, we know our stuff. We know our stuff. Okay. So dairy cows produces 55 kilograms of stuff. The manure 50 per day. 2,000 dairy cows produce enough manure that you could aerobic digestion of that will result in methane, which you can use to generate electricity. And so we said, let's put data center at dairy farm. Most dairy farms have 2,000 or more. We went to dairy farms and they had this. So you could do a megawatt. 2,000 dairy cows will do a megawatt. And then you add sun to it, and that's your microgrid. And that's how you need to think. Local sources of available energy married to the data center. The notion of just I'll build large-scale power plants all over the world, that's too expensive. So we need to go to microgrid. A solar on the rooftop is a part of microgrid.
Totally.
So I think that's the thing. Supply should be microgrid. And it comes to water is also, we should have a microgrid for water. Water is energy because it takes great amount of energy to treat and distribute water. So even water I convert to joules. So that's the thing. Supply side joules, demand side joules, and integrated.
You know, we went a lot and really went too deep on just-in-time systems. Like the whole idea like of shipping something from across the country all the way here and just having enough for everything just to work. You don't have resiliency.
Brilliant. I'll give you an idea. So on that data center, we said the workloads in the data centers are three categories. One is batch workload. One is real time when somebody's paying a lot of money. For the person who's paying a lot of money, I'll burn diesel if I have to. The batch workload, I'll wait till the sun comes out. Then there are people who just don't need to get the workload executed. And in that context, I was trying to get these small, what are known as kirana stores, the vegetable vendor in India. I want to get him the service, but he can't pay the amount that most others are. So, but if he wanted a train ticket, he doesn't need it right away. His job can be queued up until the sun comes out. So you don't have to treat all workloads. So give people what they want, when they want it, no more, no less. That should be the mantra. And measured in joules. Energy is back.
Let's go.
I wish it never left. It left for like 20 years. It is back. And the person who has the joules, not in hoarding joules, but joules as in first principles application. So sustainability lacks first principle application. If you apply sustainability with first principles within energy, you will not pay more for sustainability. You'll pay less.
We only get so much time in this world. And to meet with brilliant minds and people that push you and really allow for you to grow, that's what it's all about. And this conversation for me was that. Every time we've chatted, it's been that. So thank you.
And Sam, you're the catalyst. You don't change your properties, but you accelerate.
So it's been a phenomenal chat. Honored to have you. And I know this is just the beginning of many chats.
I absolutely look forward, my friend.
What a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Big ideas, real tools, bold moves. That's what GenAI Talks is all about. Don't miss what's next. Subscribe and explore more in our GenAI community.